So, today's episode, we're going to discuss the Trump rally that happened in Atlanta, Georgia, at which there was sold out seats. And there's something special that happened during the rally. A beautiful Black African American woman actually stood up and devowed her love to Donald Trump. She said a few things during her little speech where people probably didn't catch on to it, but she was trying to tell people stop being bamboozled by the Democratic Party who you've been voting for since they gave you welfare, when they won you back from when before you was voting Republican. Take heed to what this lady's saying. And she goes for Kamala. She goes for Kamala. Let's take a listen.
I'm so happy you all came out to see me. So, my name is Michaela Montgomery. A lot of you guys know me as the girl from Chick-fil-A, but I am so much more than that. Not only do I serve as the CEO of Conserve the Culture, I am also the state director for Blexit down here in Georgia. I'm a Fulton County coordinator for America First Works, and I'm also launching a podcast on the Patriots Prayer Network, so put some respect on my name.
And she has one hell of a personality. Little ghetto-ish in her style, but it's ghetto cute. It's not ghetto ignorant.
Now, why don't we jump right into it? See, as a young single mother, I can tell y'all that rent is too damn high.
Rent is kind of high. I ain't gonna lie. I'm with her on this one.
I can tell you that as
And you know what though? She's standing with so much pride. She's real. A lot of people of color, especially Black Americans, they talk about how they love themselves. But if you focus on other people, focus on your color and oh, they racist. Oh, I can't do this because I'm Black. I can't do this because I'm brown. I can't do this because I'm light skinned. I can't do this. You putting your own self down mentally. Look at this woman. Hop on stage. Don't care who's looking. She knows herself. She knows she's smart. She knows she's intelligent. She knows she's beautiful. She knows she really has it all. A lot of girls say they have it all, but they don't.
a young Black voter, groceries are too damn high.
She got a little ass on her too.
And as an American citizen, period.
Yeah, eggs is creeping up there. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta go to Walmart now and get my eggs.
Seniors like my parents should never have to choose between.
Yeah, Walmart got that 36 pack for like $20.
Medicine or food. It should never be the quality of life versus the quantity of life. And I don't want to hear, oh, but we capped the price of insulin and lowered the price of all these medicines. Yeah, but you raised the price of everything else, so it's about time to start telling the truth to Americans and let them know exactly what they're signing up for if they want to vote for Kamala Harris.
Exactly. You know what you're signing up for? For you to be more in debt. For you to be focusing on social issues, who like who could marry who could give birth to who, instead of focus on things that matter, the stock market, the economy, lowering taxes, things that can help you out and help your family out on a daily basis, making you feel good. Keep that in the house.
We need to vote based on facts and not feelings. See, under Harris and Biden, the average Georgia household is losing $1,060 per month, and inflation is at 21.4%. And due to the war on energy, average gas prices have reached record highs for the state. We also did a poll, and 80% of us Black Americans are not happy with the current state of the economy, so I'm going to need 80% of y'all to vote accordingly in November.
You tell them, girl. Go out there and vote. Don't press that D. Don't press that D. And don't vote because somebody had the same color skin as you. That's kind of low IQ-ish, if you know what I mean.
They love me. They love me. They really love me. The left wants you to get in your feelings about things that have been said, but I want you guys to pay attention to what has been done. They don't want to talk policy. They just want to use propaganda to steal your vote. The left is trying to tout this woman as a savior for the black community, but all she's done is hurt the black community since she came into the game.
The lady has been missing. Kamala Harris has been missed. I remember during the second term of Biden, I'm like, wait, isn't there a vice president? Where is she?
See, the first step in destroying the black community is to dismantle the black family. So aside from her record as a prosecutor, why don't we ask Mrs. Willie Brown if Kamala Harris cares about black families?
Oh, she's going in. She's going. What is she about to say next? Is she alluding to because she was a prosecutor and basically she was on the same rant, action as Biden, creating laws for the, minorities in the city? What else? What else can this girl be talking about? She started off with, do Kamala Harris believe in keeping black families intact? I guess she's saying because she locked up so many black and brown men through her, when she, reigned in San Francisco, and locking up those black men, it does destroy families, but if black men commit crimes, they commit crimes. But let's see what she got to say.
I wonder if Mrs. Willie Brown, a black woman, is also with her.
Who's Willie Brown? Who's Willie Brown? What's she talking about? Cartoon character? Willie Brown and Snoopy?
A few days ago, President Trump said he didn't know Vice President Harris was a black woman. I'm trying to figure out what all the outrage is about because she's only black when it's time to get elected. Did I lie? The same black people who are mad at Trump for being confused about her race, ethnicity, nationality, whatever, are seemingly forgetting that while you're touting her as a savior for black people, she identifies as an Asian woman. She chose her side and it wasn't ours.
Wow. She says she identified as an Asian woman. Which she does. It's different forms of people of color. We come in all complexions, all hair content, everything. It's so many forms, of. I don't really subscribe to the black thing, but African descent, definitely. African descent, that's where the brown come from. That's where the melanin come from. That's where the melanin comes from. That's where the melanin comes from. Now, have Carmela been kind of like eluding from being a black woman? Or do she say that she's a black woman in certain conversations or certain crowds, but don't say it in other crowds? That's what we need to find out. It need to be some type of video that we could differentiate, but I know that the ladies, it don't matter if your parents are Indian or what, the lady she is a woman of color. That is a fact. She is a woman of color. But was she claiming that in the beginning? That's what everybody want to know.
When asked if she would ever do anything specifically for black people, she said no. Whereas Trump gave us the platinum plan, which specifically uplifted the black community by increasing capital by almost $500 billion, creating 500,000 new black businesses, and would give black churches the ability to fight for federal resources for their communities.
This is when I say, yo, black people, a lot of black people is not smart, especially in the city. They don't realize when there's somebody helping them versus somebody hurting them. They don't realize that. They completely all you need is one person to say, oh, he's the R word. Not the other R word, with the, you know what I mean? Not that one, but the other one. The R cyst at the end. Everybody will follow. They'll go, yeah. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Yeah. But why? Why do you say that? Why? Because he talks like a New Yorker? Have y'all ever been in New York and talked to an average Italian man, Irish man, that's from New York? That's from New York. If you're from New York, you know. If you're from New Jersey, you know. If you're from Connecticut, you know. Even if you're from Philly, you know. Them type of men, they go out to the Midwest. All type of people like, yo, what's wrong with you? You racist? Because New Yorkers talk blunt. Doesn't matter your skin complexion. You go in New York, the Italians are ghetto. The Irish are ghetto. They can have a suit on with a Maybach outside. New York is a big land of a whole bunch of ghetto people. It's a big land, a whole bunch of it's a big urban area with a whole bunch of ghetto people. Even how New York started back in the day, it was Irish, it was Polish, it was the Jews, and it was the Italians. All poor, living in poverty, living in projects. Even in New Jersey, the biggest city in New Jersey, Newark, that was dominated by Polish, Italians, and Irish. And a lot of them you meet now, that's grown men with families, with businesses. They live in the suburbs now. Majority of them. They all talk about, oh, is that project still around? They all from the same projects that black people live in now.
And why are we acting like strong borders aren't a thing literally everywhere else in the world? Since when has being patriotic been a crime? See, a few weeks ago at the debate, Trump mentioned black jobs. And a lot of people got in an uproar as if they didn't know what he meant. Well, we go to the polls and cast our black vote. We go to the stores and spend our black dollar. We live in our black community, but for whatever reason, we draw the line at a black job. Oh, but wait, because if you're wondering what a black job is, please, I encourage you all to drive through Atlanta at all these beautiful black-owned businesses and check and see who works there. Probably a black person working for a black entrepreneur, recycling the black dollar, creating black generational wealth.
Oh, she killed it right there. She killed it right there. They try to say we told you he racist because he said black jobs. Yes, there are black jobs out there. There are jobs that mostly black people do. There are mostly jobs that Mexicans do. What else do you want? You go in a city, who's working those jobs? The black people in the inner city. The migrants, where are they going? To the inner city. Who are mostly in the inner city? Mostly brown people, Hispanics, blacks. Those are mostly in most inner cities. So if the migrants go there, Trump is saying, who jobs are they taking? The black job, idiots.
If they come here illegally and they're taking your jobs and your resources, then please believe my cousins in the Appalachians, they coming for you too. And y'all know Kamala Harris has yet to say Laken Riley's name. As border czar, she opened the border to millions of illegal immigrants that have flooded American streets with deadly drugs and gangs that have spiked overdoses by over 124% and brought more crime into minority communities. So how's that for black folks? But let's take race out of it. Just as a woman, period. How can you be a champion for women's rights when you're taking away opportunities from biological women and giving them to transgendered ones?
I'm not gonna lie. She killed it. She killed it. The Democrats, they create the problem. They're passing everything to trend. They're focusing now on transgender, right? That was their whole focus during their 4 years. Transgender. Now, during election, now they turning it, because they know they can't get enough votes. It's not that many transgender in the country for you to become president with transgender votes. So what they gonna do? They gonna go back to the woman now. And now they're gonna try to seal it up for the females. Try to brainwash all the females out there, which is pretty easy to do. Then they got the transgenders on board. Then they need the black female on board. They need the white female on board. They need the Asians on board. They need the white male on board. It's just a game to win. That's it. It's just a game to win. Y'all don't get it?
I'll wait, y'all, because I wasn't done. See, how can you promote equity for women and you're allowing men to play in women's sports? And what kind?
Yeah, I'm with her on that one. I'm with her on that one. Listen, if my daughter come home crying one day, Daddy, I'm like, baby girl, what's going on? Oh my God, I almost won. I almost got first place. I said, what? In the swimming contest? Yeah, I was swimming faster than all the girls. I said, okay. What happened? She said, Daddy, I was faster than all the girls. Okay, if you was faster than all the girls, where's your trophy? No, Daddy. It was a guy girl in there. What? Yeah, I beat all the girls, but I couldn't beat that guy. The way he was going through the water, it was a strength that I never seen before. And I look at her like, oh, Lord, Biden and Obama. Look what they done started.
Kind of feminists would still allow men to enter their sacred spaces, i.e. our bathrooms and school locker rooms.
Word. I'm telling you, I was in the airport and I saw a he-she. I'm talking about the he-she had to be at least 6'2". Look like a he-she too. Not, you know how sometimes you look, you be like, damn, I can't tell. You probably like a good 50 feet away. Damn, I can't tell. Let me get a little closer. You get like 20 feet. You get 20 feet. You're like, all right. Okay, I start to see, all right, maybe. Let me get a little closer. You get 10 feet. Like, oh, that's a man. I seen a man go into the feet, and then right after I see him go in, I see a little girl go in. I wanted to say something, but I know in today's world, it's just going to backfire on me. So, whatever he did in there with that little girl, it is what it is. In the words of Cameron.
Even need to mention the opening ceremony at the Olympics. Or the fact that Angela Carini was forced to fight a man and told us that she's never been punched so hard in her life. We cannot allow dangerous liberals who think things like this are okay into
a girl in a competition, a fighting competition, was fighting a man? They actually allow that to happen? Do they want females to D-I-E?
the White House? Because my daughter will not be fighting a man at her wrestling match. I could not get up here without mentioning my farmers, the backbone of this country. And aside from the Biden-Harris administration hurting you guys in ways we can't even comprehend by the rising cost of everything, black farmers suffered even more due to the delays associated with the Inflation Reduction Act signed in 2022. Now, don't let the Biden-Harris administration fool you, because they waited until the 9th hour to sign off on disbursements as a last-minute attempt to garner support. But why would they hurt the agricultural industry? Probably because they're looking forward to making more money in the pharmaceutical one. Pharmaceuticals, because I promise I'm gonna wrap this up. When they bring up abortion and they talk about protecting your medical freedoms, don't be afraid to mention COVID. The Biden-Harris administration forced Americans to take an experimental vaccine and took away their jobs, their livelihoods, and their freedoms if they refused. Trump gave us a choice and Biden gave us a mandate.
That is true. That is true. Yeah. Trump did give everybody a choice. But then you gotta think about it. If everybody had a choice, how more people DEAD would there be? How many? Because you'll have people that will be infected by the cold, and they're like, I don't wear no mask, I don't care. And then somebody that probably was going through chemo or whatever situation, they got AIDS or whatever it is, anything that you have a low immunity. Maybe naturally you have a low immunity too. You get colds all the time, you get pneumonia all the time. You got diabetes, you got, some type of history, COPD. Those are the people who passed during COVID. So if you had people that didn't wear masks during COVID, how many more people would there be on the ground?
Hey, y'all, because I'm about to kill him with this one. So the next time the left wants to tell you that, hey, abortion is a right and you need to protect your medical freedoms, remember that they took those freedoms away from men and women the second they got in office, and there's nothing stopping them from doing it again. Clock it. So lastly, again, I'm going to encourage you all to vote based on the facts and not feelings. Oh, he made me feel...
Exactly. She said it best. Feelings.
Feel so bad when he said that. Okay, but they hurt your families when they sent all your tax dollars overseas. Oh, it hurts my feelings when he acts like that. Okay, but it hurts all of us when you see an administration failing their country that they were elected to represent. In which case, I'm going to leave y'all with, hey, mama.
That's true, though. Let me tell y'all. It's a few schools in Chicago, right? They got shut down. The state said, the city said, we can't afford to have these schools open. We can't afford to have these schools open. The parents have been complaining for years. Kids need better books. They need updated this. They need updated that. Updated board. They still had the old school board with the chalk. They still had the old school board with the chalk. The city shut down those schools, right? So now parents had to drive further, and the kids had to, walk through more dangerous blocks than they had do before. So that's what caused a lot of the war. That's a factor in the war in Chicago, if you think about it. Because now the kids that their school was like right around the corner, now their school is blocks and blocks away in Chicago. So what they got to do, they got to walk through the jungle. They got to walk through lions, tigers, and bears to get to school. So what happens? It creates a cascade effect because those kids was already from a certain neighborhood from young, claiming a certain set from young. Oh, even if they didn't claim it, just being from that area could get them 6 feet under. So a lot of those kids, They say, I ain't going to school. They dropped out. So now the dropout rate increased. What you got a whole bunch of kids in the street doing nothing. So now what else going to increase? People will be going 6 feet deep going to increase. So what she's saying ain't a lie. Because when the migrants came, all of a sudden Chicago had millions and millions and millions of dollars. Those same schools they renovated for the migrants. Now the migrants sleep in them when kids could have been learning in them. And that's the Democratic Party.
Daddy, I made it. And my baby girl Amaya is somewhere in here, so we can all say, hey, Amaya, in unison, because she's the real superstar, y'all. But I'm going to go ahead and let y'all get riled up and ready for Big T himself. Thank you guys for having me. I look forward to seeing you all.
And the crowd loves her. The crowd loves her. I'm telling you, Trump, he gonna slide her a check. He gonna slide it. They gonna take care of her. They gonna take good care of her. Let me tell you, Trump, he dotting I's and crossing T's. He knows who's for him. He's watching. When he win, any celebrity that got in trouble that wasn't for Trump, he ain't bailing you out. Now, Lil Wayne and a Bootsy, oh, he bailing out all day long. No joker.